over time. But one thing has stayed consistent. Celebrating 30 years on the air on WROI is the first federal program. Hosts may have changed, but the program is still the same. Now continuing a long-standing tradition. Streaming on the First Federal Facebook page and on WROI. It's time for the First Federal program.
Yes, indeed, it is time for the First Federal program on a beautiful Friday morning. I don't care what anybody says. 45 degrees. Beautiful.
It feels beautiful, but we can't see anything yet, Paul.
No, well, we will here in a little bit. The sun will come up.
That's right. Well, I was thinking during that introduction, we're both continuing the long traditions with our institutions here, local institutions, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun honor to be able to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
We really enjoy that. Welcome to the First Federal Radio Show. We got a good one. St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Yes, it is.
Make any kind of green food or drink for St. Patrick's Day, Paul?
No, not normally. I mean, we might do something fun, green Kool-Aid or something for the kids, but that's about it.
Okay, maybe some green Jello.
Yeah, there
Lime
we go.
Jello. Did you ever have that as a kid?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that till right now.
Kid.
Well, that'll be fun. All right. Also, first official day of spring.
Yes, it is.
Is going to be happening next week.
Yes.
So that's good. Now I heard on the weather report right there, chance of flurries on Sunday. We need to ignore that.
Yes, I'm ignoring it and I'm focusing on how beautiful today is.
We've had a good run here overall, haven't we?
Yes.
All right. Well, we got a great show this morning. We're going to be visiting with the new Rochester Mayor, Trent Odell, in about 15 minutes. So stay tuned for that. You can find out how the first, we got 2.5 months here.
Yeah.
Gone so far, right? And also, a really exciting time in sports. Hey, Tanner.
Morning.
Good morning.
March Madness is upon us. Well, it will be here Sunday night again.
It feels like it already, doesn't it?
It feels like it already with some upsets going on last week and this week so far in the conference tournaments. And it's a fun time to be a basketball fan.
It really is.
So, with that said, Paul, we brought some basketball trivia for you this morning.
All right.
What school has the most NCAA tournament appearances all time? I'll give you 4 choices. Don't worry. Is it UCLA, Kansas, North Carolina, or Kentucky?
Okay.
Do you like any of those teams, Tanner?
No.
You're going to say that.
No, I don't. Well, and I guess UCLA we're going to become accustomed to when they've joined the Big Ten here.
I haven't even started thinking that way yet, because I just
weird.
don't even care to. So.
The Big Ten with 25 teams.
Yes.
Don't roll it out, Paul. It's getting close.
Well, as weird as that does sound, it'll sound weirder if they ever change the name of the conference.
It would, yeah.
Which they probably will do at some point.
Probably will.
Hate to
A lot
say
of them
that.
really need to change their name.
I know.
I mean, not numbers-wise, but the Atlantic Coast Conference is adding California and Stanford.
Well, you can't do the regional names.
No.
You can't do the number names. So I don't know what you got
I don't
left.
know what you do either.
Hopefully they don't do like the legends and leaders.
No, that
was
was a
terrible.
waste of money.
I'm so glad they're done with that.
Yeah, me too. But still got some high school basketball action going on. Semi-states this weekend. And just to refresh everybody, the semi-states now 2 games. Whereas it used to be the regional was 2 games, semi-state 1 game. They changed that format.
I didn't even realize that.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that.
Yes, so a couple teams out of a couple TRC foes of Rochester still playing. Peru's in action still.
Wow.
Hanging there in the semi-state and Wabash as well. So, and then I want to give a shout out and good luck to one of my Rochester high school classmates, class of 2010, Garrett Weiniger. He's the head coach at Fishers. So he's led them not only to their first sectional championship, now their first regional championship.
That's outstanding.
Ranked number 1 in the state right now. They lost 1 game during the regular season. They play Crown Point tomorrow up in Elkhart. If they win that, they'll play the winner of Fort Wayne, and Mishawaka.
Wow.
So,
yeah. Crazy to have to travel all the way up there to Elkhart for that.
It is. So, I think Mishawaka will have a strong presence up there.
That's right. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. I've been following this team all year this year and done a really good job. They took down Kokomo last week in the regional. So
we love local coaches here that go on to do great things.
Yeah, he was assistant coach on Warren Central a handful of years ago when they won the state title, and then got his opportunity a couple years ago at Fisher's and done really well ever since.
Making the most of it.
Yep, and growing up with him, you knew he was going to do something related to basketball.
He just had the mind for it.
Yeah, basketball IQ. Yep, he just the love, passion for it. So, yeah, teaching and coaching, perfect for him.
That's
so,
awesome.
Good luck to Garrett and the Fisher's Tigers this weekend. College basketball season's winding down for a lot of the in-state schools. Butler and Notre Dame seasons both ended this week. Now, Butler might make the NIT, I'm not sure, or maybe even CBI, but Notre Dame's season is done with their record. They did win one game in the ACC tournament, but kind of rough first year for Michael Shrewsbury up there.
I really like him as a coach.
I think he'll
just
get
didn't come
things turned
together.
around, but they have to go get some guys in the transfer portal, and because they lost a lot due to the transfer portal last year, so he kind of took over a rough situation there. And Butler had their ups and downs this year. Thad Mott is a good coach, so we'll see.
I think transfer portal rules will continue changing year to year.
Probably.
Yeah, it's just so difficult to even stay on top of that.
It is. But both Indiana and Purdue are still in action in the Big Ten tournament today and tonight. Purdue's the first game of the Big Ten tournament today. That's at noon on the Big Ten Network. They play Michigan State. And the Big Ten tournament is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I should put that out there because it's only the third time it hasn't been in Minneapolis or Chicago.
I hadn't realized that, and then I was watching the IU game a little bit last night, and I just happened to look like, oh, where is this being played?
Yeah, there's not a lot of field
I was
presence.
surprised by that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to see that change a lot, especially with the new 4 teams coming in. I'm sure Los Angeles is going to win it one year. It's probably going to hop all over the place. But Purdue, Michigan State at noon on the Big Ten Network. Then tonight at 9 o'clock, Big Ten Network, Indiana against Nebraska. So Indiana beat Penn State last night, so they're still fighting for their NCAA tournament lives here. So they're not done yet.
Well, my family was thinking, we've lost to Penn State twice, so surely.
It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yeah, so that was very close.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
So those will be some good games. And then there were some big upsets yesterday. Providence knocked off number 8 Creighton in the Big East tournament. NC State knocked off Duke in the ACC tournament. Saw Kansas lose the other night in the Big 12 tournament. So it's that time of year.
Yeah, usually those teams get a little stronger for it.
Yeah, and sometimes if you lose, there could be a point they know now they can rest up even more for next week. So, but next Friday we'll have a report from day 1 of the NCAA tournament and be for all the rest. So, brought some tidbits here with me this morning, Paul. As a baseball fan, you'll like this one. On this day in 1869, with 10 salaried players, the Cincinnati Red Stockings became baseball's first professional team.
Hey.
Started something big.
On this day in 1906, the Britons Henry Rolls, Charles Royce, and Claude Johnson formalized their existing partnership as Rolls-Royce.
Yes.
Johnson didn't get his name on
No,
it.
he didn't. So,
That's what I noticed.
Short in the
Poor
stick
guy.
there.
Yeah. I mean, they could have at least named the first model, the Rolls-Royce Johnson.
Yeah, could have. And we're still going strong today.
Yes.
Vehicles and more.
Yeah, they branched out a little.
Yeah.
Good reputation.
On this day in 1985, the first internet domain name, symbolics.com, was registered.
Mm.
I'd be nervous to type that in now.
I would.
Yeah.
I don't trust anything out there
I
anymore.
don't either.
I wonder what that was.
And have you ever tried to register a domain name or find a domain name for anything?
Not directly,
Okay.
but I've been a part of it.
Yeah, it can be tough. There's a lot taken out there.
Yeah, and you have to send everything in, and then they say, well, that is available, or it's not, but here's something close.
Yeah. Or certain ones are available for a higher price than others.
If you really want that one, we can get it for you, but you're going to pay
You
this
could have
much
been
more.
an early investor and just started buying names to hold and squat on.
Yeah, I do know some people who have done that.
Yeah.
They've seen a name come available for whatever reason they want it. They might not even use it at that time, but they might down the road and they just grab it. So, pay for it just to sit there.
I bet symbolics.com's open now. You could get it now if you wanted to.
Maybe I'll check later.
Yeah. Good luck. Do it on your home computer.
Yeah, exactly. I will.
Go to work.
I will. And on this day in 2018, the toy chain Toys R Us announced it was going to be closing all of its stores after filing for bankruptcy. Now they're kind of still around a little bit, but it's
not
more
the
in.
same,
It's like
and-
it's
kind
like
of,
in or under
Yeah,
other umbrellas.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think
It's
they got to deal with
weird.
Macy's, I think, and
Yeah.
some other big department stores.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can check out the Toys R Us section.
Right.
Of,
Well, it's such a weird world anymore. But
Yeah.
kids in toy stores, that was just
Right.
the phrase was a huge
Yep.
deal. But
Yes.
now I don't even. Is there one? I don't even know.
I don't know either.
not that I can think of.
No.
Oh well.
We've got some national days and world days and international days and all that stuff. Paul, today's Red Nose Day.
Okay.
It's also National Shoe the World Day.
Yes.
Not show, shoe the
Shoe.
World Day. It's also World Contact Day, World Sleep Day. I know a lot of people are probably a fan of that.
Yeah.
True Confessions Day, Buzzards Day, National Napping Day. So you got World Sleep Day and National Napping Day,
Yeah.
World Speech Day, and World Consumer Rights Day.
Mm.
It's fitting that some of those sleeping and napping are the week after time change.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
very fitting.
Thanks, Tanner. What about some upcoming events?
Yeah, Times Theater's got some exciting upcoming events. I know they showed 2 movies earlier this week as part of their spring break. They got some more planned on next week, but they also have a Senior Day movie going on Tuesday, March 19th, with The Quiet Man.
Mm.
Doors are going to open at 12:30 with the movie starting at 1 o'clock. You can get a $5 ticket combo, includes a small popcorn and drink, thanks to Steve Moore Agency for sponsoring that. And they have 2 more spring break movies. Those are going to be on Thursday, March 21st. You're going to have Minions at 2, and then Miss Congeniality at 7. Both good
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, I just don't see Miss Congeniality as more of a kids film. To me, that's
Well, that's why it's at 7.
teens.
Yeah.
That's your teen group there.
I'd forgotten about that movie, but
Yeah.
that is pretty
I think
funny.
they made a second one, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, but I think it kind of flopped.
Well, like a lot of sequels. It
Yeah.
wasn't as good as the
Yeah.
original. But free admission and popcorn, thanks to the Scio Design ladies for that.
And Times Theater's had a pretty good run up of events this year already.
They sure have.
Yeah.
They're doing a great
Doing
job.
really strong.
I love looking ahead at the events and seeing that movies are already scheduled months in advance for a certain week or around a certain day.
Yep.
Doing a
That's
good
what I like
job.
to see.
Me too.
We also got the 31st annual FFA consignment auction coming up next Saturday, March 23rd at 9 o'clock at the fairgrounds. Consignment items will be taken from March 20th through March 26th.
Okay.
Thank you,
You're
Tanner.
welcome.
Okay, the Dow Jones is up this week so far.
Yeah.
We'll hope for a good finish today. And just a reminder not to look at your 401. It's best when you don't look at your 401k balances.
Yeah,
They tend to go up better
Yeah.
when you're not watching them.
Yeah.
I think. They don't like to be monitored very much, but had a pretty good run here for a while, so that's good. Federal Reserve Open Market Committee is going to be meeting next week. They meet every 6 weeks, and they've been in the news a lot the last few years, trying to make some decisions as best they can on how to control inflation, which of course all of us consumers care about a lot, and business owners.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to decide if they need to make any adjustments to their monetary policy right now. Nobody's expecting they will. Some inflation reports came in, a little higher than what people were expecting. That all of this is, you can call it educating guessing, or you might just call it guessing.
Yeah.
There's so many factors that go into it. So, but everybody's watching those things really closely, including the markets. So, as new information comes out for past months' readings, and sometimes they even change past months' readings 2 or 3 months back, that can have some effect on the bond market or the stock market a little bit. And of course, everyone's looking forward to those interest rates to come down, and that's what we're watching for too.
Yeah.
So, expectation would be maybe the first rate cut to start having less impact from these higher interest rates, maybe coming in June. I think the market's betting a 50% chance on that.
Okay.
So we'll see what's coming up. More to say later on that. All right. First Federal, we're open 8:30 to 5 today, and on Saturdays we're open 8:30 to noon. And you can bank with us online. Our mobile app is a really good one. It's free to download from your app store for your phone. And our ATM gets a lot of use. My kids always joke because every time we go by, there's a car there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what day or time.
Yeah.
The heavily used ATM, that's open 24/7, so
Yes.
you can always get some cash and you can deposit cash or checks there too, which is really nice.
I know that's how I do mine.
That's great. Works really well.
payday. Yep.
We've got a CD special going on in this interest rate day and age. It's been nice offering some better deposit rates, so that's the one silver lining side. I'm a glass half full person.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you
Don't worry.
picked up on that over the shows, but we've got our 8-month CD special right now. It's at 4.99% APY, and it's been really popular. You get 8 months at that rate, and then see what's happening after that. That's a good length of time and a good rate right now. Also, thinking of good rates, we're offering a really good mortgage special for a second mortgage.
Okay.
This is a good vehicle, a good tool for refinancing other debt you have that maybe would be at a higher interest rate, or for maybe doing a project that you don't really want to refinance your whole mortgage for. And those rates are starting as low as 8.5%, 8.864% APR for qualified borrowers. We've got fixed and variable rates available for that. So contact any of our experienced mortgage loan originators for more details. They can help you out on that. And we're offering simply free checking accounts for business or personal. And right now, if you open a new checking account, you get a free muffin pan.
Yes.
This isn't any muffin pan. This is Martha Stewart
Yes.
muffin pan.
Tanner brought it in last week. It's a nice looking muffin pan.
Steel. Yep.
My family likes muffins. Do you guys?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We're blueberry or banana chocolate chip fans.
I was gonna
Okay.
say I like blueberry and chocolate chip, and now you threw banana in there. Now I got another one to
You
try.
gotta try that. Yeah, I can get you a recipe.
All right.
Okay. Also, speaking of 401ks, saving for retirement, investments, you want to talk to our First Federal's Mark Luba or Brian Bell. They've been guests on our show quite a bit over the years in our financial services department for more information, but great to sit down and share kind of some of your goals, and they can help you craft a good plan. It takes time to save for long-term things like that. You need to get started at a young age
Yeah.
to make the most of what you're saving and have the most opportunity for that money to really grow. Okay. You can like us on Facebook. Tanner does a great job of getting all our information out there. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, or you can subscribe to our YouTube channel in case you want to rewatch some of these shows, among other things. And we're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We're really proud of that. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. And our NMLS number is 399927.
And that makes us legal.
And now we get into the real meat of the show, the fun part. We want to welcome Rochester Mayor Trent Odell to the show.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
That's right. We're excited. First time guest for us.
It is. I was actually on with Dick Belcher.
Oh, darn it.
Right after
I should have known.
Right after we bought the lumber yards, he invited me on, so I was on here on the First Federal
Now
show
you're-
one other time. So
You're switching your caps now.
Yeah,
You start, I'm getting to know you a little bit, Trent. This is typical. You're doing another venture now, and got a little more free time you want to invest in doing some good. So
free time.
you don't like it. That's what I'm guessing. Well, hey, congratulations on the mayorship, getting started in there with your getting to know everyone in the landscape. But I know you've been kind of working towards this for quite a while. Tell us how the first few months of prep and the first couple months here being in the chair is feeling.
Well, I was brought in on a lot of meetings after the primary, and especially after July when I knew it wasn't going to be challenged in the fall. So it was really nice to be kind of up to speed on things as I took office in January, and it really has been a very natural feeling. I was very comfortable. I really enjoyed it. A lot of new ideas. A lot of people coming into my office saying, "Hey, I've been thinking about this a long time. What do you think?" And of course, also by keeping all my department heads, and we have some great ones. I mean, we got some great leaders in this community, and the department heads are in that group as well, and they've been a huge help to me. And they just stop by the office, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, just sit in and chat. Sometimes we talk about details of the city, and sometimes we just talk about personal things.
Getting to know you.
It's we've developed a great friendship, I believe, through our departments, and so it's exciting. I'm really enjoying it.
Well, I know how important continuity and relationships are for teamwork and accomplishing bigger things than we could do on our own. So that's great to hear you say that. And you inherited a good team, getting started there. Remind us, what's a couple things that were influencing you pursuing this mayoral position?
Well, the experience as a lumberyard, that's the first experience I had in retail. So you're kind of isolated when you're on a farm, especially with livestock, because you don't get out much.
Yeah.
I had some opportunities, but you're limited.
Yeah.
And when I bought the lumberyard and I started interacting with people every day and
Yes.
helping them in some form, whether you're providing a 2x4 or a whole house, it just thrilled me to be able to help people. And I kind of look back over the last 20 or 30 years, and what really made me happy, what was really fulfilling, and it was the times I had opportunity to help people. So when this idea of running for mayor was brought to me, and actually I had given it a little bit of thought several years prior, but not for very long because I get busy. We started going down that road, and I realized that this is an opportunity to really help a lot of people, hopefully. And
That's
so
neat.
I just kind of went through the process, kind of hoping that if it wasn't supposed to happen or wasn't right, that the door would slam in my face, and it just seemed like
Kept opening.
it just
a little
kept
bit
evolving.
further.
And so it's been, that's kind of how it all came about.
So we know there's a lot swimming through your mind with these ideas, and I think that's really neat that you've got kind of an idea machine going on here in our local community, encouraging people to share and talk and collaborate. Are there any couple things rising to the surface on helping here that are standing out more than a lot of the others at this point?
It's hard to get down to just two.
I wondered.
But we have in recent days met with another developer that we're excited about. Got some good referrals from other communities, other municipalities. Obviously, we know we're short on housing, so we feel like we may be in contact with someone that can really deliver a great product. And other municipalities are very high on them as a company, so that's exciting. We also are still moving towards some sort of industrial park in the south end. There's a lot of issues ongoing on the other side of 31.
Okay.
Money being the big one. Money's the big one on everything.
That
obviously.
sounds.
But,
That's so.
the infrastructure, you kind of got to weigh that in on how the cost,
Mhm.
to the return that you're going to get. So, it's those are the two top ones. I mean, we've got several other, obviously like to look at more downtown events, getting more community events where we can get more enthusiasm being built. So that's just a couple things. But I've worked closely with the economic development team, and I work closely with Jillian at the chamber on some matters, and we got some exciting things we're looking at.
That's great. Any initial learning curves that you've had? You talked about your team; they can really help you on learning curves because you're naturally trusting people that know what they're doing.
I don't know if it's a learning curve. I was kind of expecting it. The speed of government is quite an adjustment when you've been a business owner or a farmer your whole life. When you want something done, you got it done, or you made a phone call and got it done immediately. You didn't have to go through hardly any hoops to get to do it. But in government, there's a lot of not only hoops to go through, but you look at grants that can help you fund things, and those applications are certain times of the year, which delays the whole process down the road further than you'd like for it to be. So, like I said, we've got a lot of good things happening. It's just going to take time to see dirt being moved.
Well, that's good for us to remember too, as local citizens, that things take a lot of communication and time to get done. So that's great. All right, you got a special announcement today too, as well.
I do, and I met this guy back in December. He texted me and he said, "Hey, I'd like to get together with you for breakfast." And I was actually down in Noblesville for some training, and we connected down there and got to know him. His name's Pete Smith. He graduated from Rochester High School in 1979, and as a senior, he led the Zebras to a 16-5 record. He was Defensive Player of the Year, Mental Attitude Award winner, and team captain. And then he went on to Bethel College, where he actually got injured his sophomore year, and he began his coaching career. Well, next Wednesday, he's going to be inducted in the Indiana High School Basketball Hall of Fame.
That's amazing.
So I've declared that day Pete Smith Day, and we've had several conversations since. But as he got into his coaching career, if I have time, I'll share this.
Sure.
He was an assistant at South Bend Adams and Warsaw before becoming head coach at Manchester. He compiled in 1988. He compiled in 1991 season. He compiled a 22-1 record.
Wow.
Then he went on and coached 3 seasons at Noblesville, coached at Penn for 4 seasons, and then he returned to Hamilton County and coached Carmel for 4 seasons, and then he went to Garin Catholic, and he was the coach there from, I think he coached up until 2007, if I remember right. Actually, 2010 maybe. Anyway, he compiled 389 wins in his career, and he has had several assistants go on to great things. One assistant that he had was Brad Stevens.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't either until this morning, but he was, of course, a former Butler coach and took him to the finals 2 years in a row, which still amazing.
Yeah, that was an incredible run.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, he went on to the Boston Celtics, and now he's the director of basketball operations.
And they're the top team in the league right now.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So I've had some, like I said, I've had some more conversations. He was actually up here a week or two ago and sat in the office and we talked some more, but certainly congratulations to Pete Smith. We're proud of you. And again, March 20th, next Wednesday, is Pete Smith Day here in Rochester.
Oh, it's really exciting. And I've had an opportunity to meet and get to know Pete over the last couple of years myself. And I don't know if there's any bigger fan, proponent, backer of the city of Rochester and the Fulton County community as Pete is. And he loved growing up here and is really still cherishes all those memories and the people that he developed relationships with. But
you can tell he's very well respected. When I was at my mayor training, he was down there. He's working, I can't remember the company he worked for offhand, but he was the vendor. But you can just tell he knew everybody. Everybody liked him. So that's, again, congratulations to him.
Way to go, Pete. All right, Trent, thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us a little bit about your first couple of months on the job and what you're looking to do in the next few years. And let us know if there's anything else we can do to support and help. It takes a whole community, and we love being part of this community and being here. I'm speaking for Paul and Tanner as well. It's a great place to be. We're so thrilled that you're here working on this and contributing towards the greater good here. And thank you for coming on and what you're doing.
Appreciate you having me. And again, like you said, it takes the whole community. Everybody's got to put in some effort and help the community raise the bar, if you will. So I appreciate it.
Yep, sounds great. Okay, trivia question. Paul, what school has the most NCAA tournament appearances of all time? UCLA, Kansas, North Carolina, or Kentucky?
I have zero clue. But as I think back to my younger days in elementary school, and still has quite the following, I'm going to go Kentucky.
That's correct.
Really?
Yeah. Do you have any idea on the number?
No, not even close.
This really, I wouldn't have been close on this. 60.
Oh, okay.
60 NCAA tournament appearances. I don't remember the year the tournament started. Do you remember, Tanner?
I know they started keeping track of the national championships in '38.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Kentucky hasn't missed out on me.
No.
Let's just say it that way.
No.
They're there almost every time, even when they're not having a good year, they're in the tournament doing something. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. We're looking forward to those games coming up. Well, let's end our show this morning with some words of wisdom from a former American president.
Okay.
This would be Woodrow Wilson said, "The ear of the leader must ring with the voices of the people."
Those are some great words of wisdom. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And happy St. Patty's Day.
That's
Enjoy
right.
your weekend. And we will see you guys again, next week.
Let's do it.
I mean, it's right around the corner. Can you believe it already?
It'll be spring then.
Yes, I'm looking forward to spring. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely looking forward to having that spring weather. And hopefully it's just not as bad as the weather that we saw last night for some of Indiana.
I hope not to.
All right, thank you guys so much. We'll see you.
All right.